You've begun to matter more than the things you say. That's from the musical Jesus Christ Superstar. You've begun to matter more than the things you say. Is it true? Judas said that to Jesus, that he has begun to matter more than the things that he says. Does Jesus matter more than the things he says, more than the things he does? Here we go from Jesus Christ Superstar to Talladega Nights. Last night I was watching TV and Talladega Nights was on. It's I like to refer to it anyway. It's a comedy with Will Ferrell playing Ricky Bobby. And in the movie, Ricky Bobby says that his favorite Jesus is baby Jesus. In fact, he prays to baby Jesus. Now, I don't know anybody that prays to baby Jesus, but I think everybody loves baby Jesus. I think everybody loves it. Don't you love baby Jesus? I think there's probably some law somewhere that you have to love baby Jesus. Whether you're a Christian or not, you have to love baby Jesus. But why do we love baby Jesus? He hasn't done anything, not while he's in the manger. He hasn't done anything yet. He's just a baby. But we love babies. And what have babies done to deserve that love? Nothing. They just are. Or, excuse my English, they just be. They just exist. It's ontological instead of cosmological. It's what they are, not what they've done. They just exist, and we love them. Of course, they do coo and smile, and they look so cute. But we loved them before they did that. We love baby Jesus. Baby Jesus is Emmanuel. God is with us. Now, don't get me wrong. The things that Jesus did are very important. Jesus did some amazing things. He healed people. He fed people. His teachings are life-giving. But would it be the same if it wasn't Jesus first? Who Jesus is makes the difference. Who Jesus is makes the difference in what he says and what he does. That's what matters. It isn't what he says and does that makes Jesus. Jesus matters more than the things he says. You and I matter more than the things we say and do. Thanks be to God. Now, this might frustrate us at times. I have known people who have professional degrees. They hold important positions in our society. They have lots of money. They have lots of people that admire them. But their family could care less. One of my brothers is a successful mechanical engineer. My other brother owns 2 businesses, and I don't care. I'm proud of them. Don't tell them. But it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the way I feel about them or the way I act towards them, the way I treat them. Recently, I heard a story on the news about this famous musician and composer, Philip Glass. Maybe you heard of him. When he was in a famous performance in a famous Famous place. I can't remember where it was, but if I said it, you would remember it. His mother went, and when the performance was over, his mother came up to him, and the first thing that his mother said was, "You need a haircut." Nothing about the performance. Nothing about the achievement. You need a haircut. It's not that these people don't care that their loved ones have achievements, but they don't treat them any differently because they already love them. But if they treat them the same whether they had those accomplishments or not. That wouldn't change their relationship with them. Now, that doesn't sound fair unless you don't make any achievements and then your family loves you anyway. It kind of makes trying to make people love you by the things you say and do a waste of time when they already love you. Now, don't get me wrong. When Jesus was born, people had expectations. They had hopes and dreams. People believed that when the Messiah came, when the Savior came, things would happen. This would happen and that would happen. We have hopes and dreams for Jesus ourselves. We have expectations of what will happen, what Christ will do for us in our life. But what happens if those things don't happen? Some people thought when the Messiah came, he would come as a mighty warrior and he would lead his people to victory over their enemies. Well, that didn't happen. But Jesus was still Jesus. Faith in Jesus isn't about what he said and what he did or what he will do for us. Faith in Jesus begins with faith in Jesus. It may not be logical, but Jesus matters more. We love Jesus for him. That's why when we see baby Jesus in the manger, we feel so good and we have such love for him. And he hasn't even done anything yet. Let us rejoice and be glad. Jesus is born. Emmanuel, God is with us. Amen.